Welcome, everyone, to today's session on masterful meditation techniques for mental illness and anxiety relief. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're excited to guide you through some powerful practices to help you find calm and stability in your daily life. Let's dive right in.
Our first technique is focusing intensely on your five senses. This is excellent for managing panic attacks and dissociation. Let's begin. Take a moment to notice 3 things you can see around you.
Now bring your awareness to 2 things you can hear. It could be the hum of a refrigerator, the chirp of birds, or the sound of your own breath.
Next, focus on 1 thing you can smell. Maybe it's the scent of your room, a nearby flower, or even just the clean air.
Now, gently pay attention to 1 thing you can touch. Perhaps it's the feeling of your clothes against your skin, the texture of your chair, or the warmth of your hands.
Finally, bring your attention to 1 thing you can taste. It could be the lingering flavor from your last meal, or simply the taste in your mouth.
Great. Now, let's move on to our next technique, a body scan with affirmations. This addresses anxiety, depression, and self-criticism. Slowly scan your body, starting with your toes. Notice any sensations without judgment.
As you move through each body part, your feet, ankles, calves, silently repeat. May I be well, may I be peaceful, may I be happy. Continue this process all the way up to the crown of your head.
Our third technique is visualization for grounding. Imagine roots growing from your base chakra, anchoring you to the earth. Feel them drawing up stability and strength.
With each breath, visualize these roots growing deeper and stronger, providing you with a sense of security and connection. This is especially helpful for feelings of unease and instability.
Next, we have a classic, focusing solely on the sensation of your breath. Observe the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. This is universally effective for anxiety reduction.
When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to the breath. There's no need to judge yourself. Simply acknowledge the thought and return to your breath.
Now, let's explore a technique involving self-compassion. Before your next meditation, write a letter to yourself from the perspective of a loving and understanding friend.
Acknowledge your struggles and offer encouragement. During your meditation, read this letter aloud to yourself. This practice powerfully addresses self-criticism, depression, and low self-esteem.
Our next technique is forgiveness meditation. Identify a past mistake or regret that causes you suffering. Visualize offering forgiveness to yourself, releasing the burden of guilt and shame.
Imagine the weight lifting from your shoulders as you let go of the past. This is especially effective for depression and anxiety related to past trauma.
Let's move on to loving kindness meditation. Extend feelings of loving kindness, first to yourself. Silently.
Welcome to today's session, where we'll explore powerful meditation techniques tailored for rumination, anxiety, and negative thought patterns. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're excited to guide you through practical methods to enhance your mental well-being using meditation.
Let's start by creating a vivid mental image of a safe and peaceful place. This can be real or imagined, somewhere that brings you comfort and security.
Immerse yourself in the details. What do you see, hear, smell, and feel in this place? The more details you include, the more effective this exercise will be, especially if you're dealing with PTSD, anxiety, or even panic attacks.
Now, let's move on to affirmations. Choose positive statements that counteract negative self-talk. For example, I am worthy of love and happiness, or I am strong and capable.
Repeat these affirmations silently or aloud during your meditation. This is a fantastic way to boost self-esteem and combat feelings of depression and anxiety.
Another impactful technique is to meditate on your intentions before starting your day. What do you want to accomplish? What kind of energy do you want to bring forth?
Setting your intentions in meditation increases focus and reduces feelings of overwhelm, helping you navigate your day with clarity and purpose.
Remember, these are just suggestions. It's crucial to tailor your meditation practice to your individual needs and preferences. What works for one person may not work for another.
Absolutely. And a very important note, if you have a serious mental illness, it's essential to work with a qualified mental health professional alongside meditation practices. Meditation is a supportive tool, not a replacement for professional care.
Now, let's delve into specific meditation topics. We can focus on eliminating anxiety by learning to observe it without judgment.
Think of your anxiety like clouds drifting by. Acknowledge their presence, but don't get caught up in them. Let them pass.
Another vital area is controlling intrusive thoughts. The key here is to acknowledge the thoughts without engaging with them. Let them pass like leaves on a stream.
You can also focus on the physical sensations of anxiety, such as tightness in the chest or a rapid heartbeat. Gently guide your breath into those areas, releasing the tension.
Body scan techniques and visualization of calm, flowing energy can also be incorporated for a more comprehensive approach. It's all about finding what resonates with you and your needs.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope these meditation techniques empower you to navigate your mental health journey with greater ease.
Welcome, everyone, to today's session of Mindfulness Moments. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm thrilled to guide you through some powerful techniques to help you manage anxiety, depression, and other emotional challenges.
And I'm Mark, ready to co-host this journey with you. Today, we're diving into a variety of meditations specifically designed to ground you in the present, cultivate self-compassion, and foster emotional resilience.
Let's start with a sensory awareness meditation. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. We're going to engage all our senses to anchor ourselves in the now.
Begin by noticing what you can hear. Don't judge the sounds, simply acknowledge them. The hum of a refrigerator, the rustling of leaves outside, or perhaps just the sound of silence itself. Just observe.
Now, bring your attention to what you can smell. Is there a fragrance in the air? Coffee brewing, a hint of perfume, or the fresh scent of rain? Notice it and let it be.
Next, turn your awareness to your sense of taste. Notice any lingering flavors in your mouth, or perhaps just the simple sensation of your tongue.
What about touch? Feel the fabric of your clothes against your skin, the support of the chair beneath you. Notice the temperature of the air around you. By focusing on these immediate sensations, we gently pull ourselves away from anxious thoughts about the past or future.
Now, let's move to a self-compassion meditation with gentle touch. This is a beautiful way to soothe anxiety and loneliness. Start by gently placing your hands on your heart, or perhaps on your cheeks. Feel the warmth and the gentle pressure.
As you hold yourself, whisper words of kindness to yourself. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be at ease. Feel the comfort of your own touch. You're not alone.
Our next meditation focuses on accepting difficult emotions. Imagine your emotions as waves in the ocean. They rise,
Welcome to the Mindful Moments podcast. Today we're diving into the world of meditation, specifically tailored for mental illness and anxiety relief. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. We're both excited to guide you through some powerful techniques to help you find calm and cultivate self-compassion. Remember, it's all about gentle guidance and adjusting to your individual needs.
Exactly, Mark. We'll be exploring how to combine meditation with other relaxation methods for a comprehensive approach. And we'll show you how to incorporate positive affirmations for self-compassion and acceptance.
Let's start with a simple yet profound technique, the raisin meditation. This is about intensely focusing on the sensory experience of a raisin. Sarah, why don't you lead us?
Sure. Grab a raisin or any small object. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Notice its texture. Is it smooth? Wrinkly? Bring it to your nose. What does it smell like? Now, slowly place it in your mouth, but don't chew yet. Feel on your tongue. Explore its shape. Finally, slowly begin to chew, paying close attention to the taste as it unfolds. The goal here is to anchor yourself in the present moment, breaking free from anxious thoughts about the past or future.
That's wonderful, Sarah. Another powerful tool is the body scan meditation. This involves systematically bringing awareness to each part of your body, noticing sensations without judgment. Try this. Lie down or sit comfortably. Start with your toes. Notice any sensations, warmth, tingling, pressure. Slowly move up your body, paying attention to your feet, ankles, calves, and so on, all the way up to the crown of your head. If you encounter tension, simply acknowledge it and breathe into it. This helps release tension and connect with your physical self, counteracting the feeling of being overwhelmed.
Excellent. And for those moments of intense anxiety, we have the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Mark, would you explain?
Certainly.
This is excellent for panic attacks or intense anxiety spikes. Simply name 5 things you can see around you. For things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It's a quick way to bring yourself back to the present.
And finally, let's try combining breath work with nature sounds. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, imagine you're surrounded by calming nature sounds, like rain or ocean waves. Focus on your breath and the soothing auditory stimulation. This combines present moment awareness with sensory relaxation.
Remember, addressing your inner critic with kindness and understanding is key to mental wellness. Be patient with yourself.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. We're diving deep into mindfulness practices to cultivate mental wellness. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark, ready to explore how we can transform our inner dialogue and manage anxiety through compassionate mindfulness. Let's get started, Sarah.
First, let's address those negative self-judgments. It's so easy to be hard on ourselves, isn't it?
Absolutely, Sarah. But we can practice replacing those harsh thoughts with compassionate statements. For example, instead of "I messed up again," try "I'm learning, and it's okay to make mistakes."
That's a great reframe. Now on to anxiety. Mark, how can mindfulness help us deal with that overwhelming feeling?
Visualization can be powerful. Imagine your anxiety as something external, like a cloud passing by. Observe it without getting caught up in it, letting it drift away.
I love that image. And what about those intrusive thoughts that can be so disruptive?
Yes.
The key is acknowledgement without engagement. Recognize the thought, but don't analyze it or let it control you. See it as just a fleeting mental event.
So observe, don't absorb. Let's move on to releasing negative emotions. Another visualization technique, perhaps?
Exactly. Picture your anxieties and worries as balloons. Visualize yourself releasing them into the sky, feeling a sense of lightness and freedom as they float away.
Beautiful. Now let's talk about cultivating positive emotions, specifically loving kindness.
Loving kindness meditation is wonderful. Extend feelings of warmth and compassion towards yourself, loved ones, neutral people, and even those you find difficult. It helps foster connection and reduces feelings of isolation.
That's a powerful practice. And what about gratitude? It seems simple, but it can have a profound impact.
Absolutely. Reflect on things you're grateful for, big or small. Shifting your focus to the positive can significantly boost your mood and reduce stress.
Okay, Mark, how can we better understand our inner world through mindfulness?
Explore your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Seek to understand their origins and nature. This self-awareness is crucial for emotional regulation.
So it's about understanding, not judging, our inner landscape. And finally, let's touch on movement and mindfulness.
Combine physical movement with mindful awareness of your body and breath. This integrates physical and mental well-being. Think yoga, tai chi, or even just a mindful walk.
Fantastic advice. So, to recap, we've covered replacing negative self-talk, visualizing anxiety, acknowledging intrusive thoughts, releasing negative emotions, cultivating loving kindness and gratitude, exploring our inner world, and integrating movement with mindfulness.
Remember,
Welcome to today's session, focusing on meditation techniques for mental wellness. Remember, these are informational and not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you're struggling, please seek help from a qualified mental health professional.
Absolutely. Today, we'll explore techniques to help manage anxiety and promote mental well-being through focused meditation practices.
Let's start with sensory grounding. This is particularly helpful if you're experiencing panic attacks or racing thoughts. We'll intensely focus on each sense individually.
Right.
Begin by noticing what you see around you. Really observe the colors, shapes, and textures. Then, shift your focus to sounds, both near and far. Acknowledge each without judgment.
Next, bring awareness to any smells in your environment. What do you notice? Even the faintest scent can be an anchor to the present moment.
If possible, focus on taste, perhaps the lingering taste of your last meal, or even just the taste in your mouth. Finally, bring your attention to the sense of touch. Feel the texture of your clothes against your skin, or the sensation of your feet on the floor.
By focusing intently on each sense, you're grounding yourself in the present, away from anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past.
Our next technique involves body awareness. This can be effective for somatic anxiety and physical symptoms of stress. We'll slowly bring awareness to each part of your body, noticing sensations without judgment.
Start with your toes, noticing any sensations. Then move up your feet, ankles, calves, and so on. As you move through your body, acknowledge any tension that arises with self-compassion.
For example, if you notice tension in your shoulders, gently acknowledge it with self-compassion. You might say to yourself, "I see you, tension. I accept you." This helps to release the physical manifestations of stress.
Now, let's explore nature's sound visualization. Listening to calming nature, sounds like rain, ocean waves, or forest ambience can be incredibly soothing for the nervous system.
Choose a nature sound that resonates with you and visualize yourself immersed in that environment. Notice the details, the color of the leaves, the sound of the waves, the smell of the earth. Really feel the peace it evokes.
Focusing solely on your breath is another powerful tool for managing anxiety symptoms. Using a specific word or phrase as an anchor can help gently redirect your attention when your mind wanders.
As you inhale, silently say to yourself, "Calm." As you exhale, say peace. Repeat this process, allowing the words to anchor you to the present moment and quiet the noise of anxious thoughts.
Finally, welcome everyone to today's meditation session. We'll be focusing on powerful techniques for managing feelings of shame, guilt, and self-judgment. Remember, this is about acceptance and understanding, not suppression.
That's right. Our aim is to help you develop tools to navigate difficult emotions and sensations without resistance, fostering a healthier relationship with your inner world.
Let's begin by finding a comfortable position. Close your eyes gently or soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in.
And as you exhale, release any tension you might be holding in your body. Let's focus on accepting difficult emotions and sensations as they arise, without trying to change or suppress them.
Notice them, acknowledge them, and simply let them be. This is incredibly helpful for managing emotional reactivity and reducing resistance to unpleasant feelings. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling without judgment.
Now let's shift our focus to our thoughts. Observe your thoughts as clouds passing in the sky. Notice them without judgment or engagement. This helps create distance from negative thought patterns, which is especially effective for managing obsessive-compulsive thoughts.
Imagine your thoughts floating by, one by one. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Learn to separate yourself from your thoughts by viewing them as simply mental events rather than absolute truths.
Use playful imagery to detach from unhelpful thoughts. Perhaps picture them as cartoon characters or silly memes. This can be useful for challenging negative self-talk and cognitive distortions.
If a particularly sticky thought arises, try this. Identify the negative thought, then challenge its validity. Welcome to Mindful Moments, your guide to finding peace amidst the challenges of anxiety and mental health. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm Mark. Today, we're diving into accessible and effective meditation techniques designed to help you navigate difficult emotions with mindfulness and self-compassion. We understand the complexities of mental illness, and we're here to offer gentle, non-triggering support.
Let's start with a foundational practice, breath awareness. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or lying down. Gently close your eyes if that feels right for you. Begin to notice your breath without trying to change it.
Feel the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. If your mind wanders, that's perfectly normal. Just gently guide your attention back to your breath. You can even try counting your breaths, inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6. This can help anchor you in the present moment.
Now, let's move on to a technique called spaciousness of mind. Imagine your thoughts and feelings, especially anxious ones, as clouds passing in the sky. Notice their shape, color, and intensity without getting carried away by their story.
Allow them to drift by, knowing that they are not permanent. You are the sky, vast and open, and these thoughts are simply temporary visitors. This practice helps create distance between you and your anxiety.
Another powerful technique is sensory grounding. Anxiety often pulls us into the future or the past. To counter this, bring your awareness to the present moment through your 5 senses.
What do you see? Notice the colors, shapes, and textures around you. What do you hear? Listen to the sounds near and far, without judgment. What do you smell? Is there a fragrance in the air? What do you taste? Notice any lingering flavors in your mouth. And finally, what do you feel? Pay attention to the sensations of your body against the chair or floor.
Let's address negative self-talk. We all have an inner critic, but we can learn to soften its voice. When you notice critical thoughts, gently challenge them with compassionate statements. For example, if you think, "I'm going to fail," try replacing it with, "I'm doing my best, and that's enough."
Now let's explore body scan. Lie down in a comfortable position. Gently bring your attention to your toes. Notice any sensations, warmth, tingling, pressure. Slowly move your attention up your body, through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and so on. As you scan each body part, simply notice what you feel without trying to change anything.
The final technique. Welcome, dear listeners, to Journey to Inner Peace. Today, we embark on a transformative experience, focusing on self-acceptance, emotional regulation, and the power of forgiveness.
Our journey begins with recognizing your inherent worth. No matter the challenges you face or the flaws you perceive, remember that you are fundamentally worthy of love and acceptance. Let's start with a simple affirmation. I am worthy, just as I am.
Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, gently release any self-doubt. Now, let's turn towards navigating overwhelming emotions. When feelings become intense, mindful breathing can be a powerful tool. We'll practice a technique called square breathing.
Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold again for 4 counts. Repeat this cycle a few times. Feel the rhythm calming your nervous system, bringing you back to the present moment.
Now, let's explore forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful actions, but about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Visualize a situation where you've been holding on to anger or hurt. Gently say to yourself, I am willing to release this burden. I choose to forgive, not for them, but for myself.
Next, we'll cultivate gratitude. Take a moment to reflect on the small joys in your life. The warmth of the sun, a comforting cup of tea, a kind word from a friend. Appreciate these simple pleasures. Gratitude shifts our perspective, fostering a sense of well-being and increases our inner peace.
Let's connect with your inner resources. Imagine a strong, supportive inner self, a wise mentor within you. Visualize this figure offering you strength, resilience, and courage. Know that you are not alone. You have the power to overcome any obstacle.
Now, we'll move into a short meditation designed for moments of distress. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and bring to mind a situation that's causing you pain. Place your hand on your heart and repeat these self-compassionate statements. May I be kind to myself. May I give myself the compassion that I need. May I accept myself as I am.
Finally, let's extend feelings of loving kindness. Visualize yourself surrounded by a warm, golden light. Feel this light radiating outwards, first towards yourself, then towards your loved ones, then towards all beings everywhere. Repeat the phrase, may all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from suffering.
As we conclude this meditation, remember that you have the power to create a safe and supportive space for self-exploration and healing. Carry these practices with you throughout your day and know that inner peace is always within reach. Thank you for joining us on Journey to Inner Peace.